the whole development of the post-Atlantean civilizations, which seem to weave from ancient India all the way around to Europe. And often the question is asked, where is China in all of this? That's a good question. I don't have a full answer. I can only make a couple of comments. One thing I remember Steiner saying about, he speaks of China, the Chinese civilizations, as the civilization that retains the memory of the wisdom of Atlantis. And so, of course, then that triggers the next question. Why is that? What's the purpose of that? That on the one hand, we have a progression of evolutionary streams, and on the other hand, we have a retention of wisdom that emanated from Atlantis. What's the purpose? It's good just to observe it and see it like that. I don't know offhand what the purpose is in that, but I can guess also, and we can without having a definite answer, we can still have thoughts about it, and these thoughts can go in different directions. For example, I remember Steiner said something to the effect that if Europe fails to hold the middle, the center between East and West, then we will have to have a Chinese century. And of course, you have to say that Europe failed spectacularly in that task. Europe has become a satellite extension of America. And in fact, today we're speaking of the Western nation, which includes all of Europe and America, Australia, and so on. These are the Western bloc of nations. There's no longer a concept of a middle realm. So you can say what Steiner feared may happen actually did happen. And the main reason why Europe failed, of course, is the two world wars, which were deliberately organized by certain dark elites in the world, which are also infiltrated America and completely affected the almost complete destruction in terms of cultural civilization that we witness in America today. So these are very, very sad developments. And so then maybe there is wisdom to have a culture in the East that has retained the wisdom of Atlantis. Maybe there can be impulses coming from there where a new plant can be generated in a new garden, which can then later be transplanted into the area that have suffered. We should also bear in mind that the next age, the sixth age, which is still some 1500 years away, will be at the Slavic age in Russia. And so it's a question of whether the new impulses are coming into that Russian region, whether it comes from Europe or whether it comes from the other side, from China. You see, we don't know. But the world evolves in different ways, and you cannot always predict in which way it goes because there is the freedom that we have. The other thing is we need to be aware of the difference between those great regional geopolitical developments and, on the other hand, our own individual participation in this. Because over a series of incarnations, we do not always incarnate in the same nation and in the same regions. So we're not limited as individuals to those particular regions.